Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-March 2024 reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. Welcome, fellow Geminis. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages that I receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and get into it here, Gemini. Column number 1, we're going to take a look at any big items coming for the remainder of March. Column number 2, we're going to talk about anything related to money. Column number 3, we're going to talk about anything related to love. And in our fourth and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides, which is almost like advice for the remainder of March. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions. The crystal, take a look at your crystal of the month and do a healing note for you. But again, let's get started. Column number 1, we have a summary affirmation card here of consistency. I feel like this is the age-old saying, consistency is key. So really making sure you're staying consistent on whatever this is you're working towards here, Gemini. Consistency, I feel like, is going to be that key to success for you. But let's take a look and see what we're working with. So the first card that we have is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very spiritual, very intuitive. This is like being able to trust your gut. It's like you know what you need to be doing. Trust your gut, trust your intuition. You can even be trusting your heart. I know that sounds silly, but sometimes those are all one and the same. But yeah, very spiritual, very intuitive. I also will say this is just very high energy in general. So I feel like whatever you have been working on has really been energizing you. There's really nice high vibration, high frequency that comes along with the High Priestess. So this is a good card to be seeing. So I feel like vibrationally and energetically, this thing that we've been working on, that we've been pushing for, is really helping you here. The next card we have is the Ten of Cups. If you've listened to my readings before, you know the Ten of Cups is my favorite card in the entire tarot deck. It's just the card of everything wonderful. We have this nice couple here, kids playing, the grass is green, the water's running. There's a house in the background. We have this beautiful full rainbow. It's the card of everything positive. It's the card of all things good. It's contentment, happiness, love, support. I used to think contentment really isn't that good, but now I know as I go there, it's hard to be content. So I feel like, again, this thing that you've been working on has also brought you a lot of contentment, a lot of happiness. It's bringing a lot of balance into play as well. And we're seeing that through the Temperance card. The Temperance card is a card of balance, harmony, moderation. So I love to see this. Those specifically together, consistency and moderation, I feel like are truly the keys to success depending on what you're trying to do. So I love this. Whatever this is that you're working on, Gemini, absolutely keep working on it. Stay consistent with it. What a great boost of energy this has given you as a whole. Taking a look at our clarifiers, first up we have the Ace of Swords. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. Again, this is like giving us new energy, new outlook, new positivity, new contentment, new balance, new harmony. So I just love to see this. This is bringing a lot of clarity. It's bringing a lot of positivity. The next card that we have is the Justice card. The Justice card is very much so cause and effect. So like the effort that you put in is what you get out. So again, if we stay consistent with it, you're going to get the consistent results that you want to see. So I love this for you. It's always a very favorable card for you as well, Gemini. So that's wonderful to see. It's also great if there's like legal matters, contracts, things of the court, negotiations, that type of thing. Very favorable outcomes there too. But just in general, a very positive outcome for you. At the bottom, we have the Five of Wands. I feel like to this point, there's been some bumps in the road. It hasn't been so smooth sailing, but I definitely feel like it's going to ease up for you here, especially because we have a card like Temperance at the bottom, which is balance, it's harmony. So I feel like you've done a great job being consistent, even though maybe you've been dealt a bumpy road leading here, but expect much smoother sailing, a lot more ease as we proceed forward. So lovely first column there, Gemini. Let's take a look at our next column, which is anything related to money. So a quick money affirmation for you. I enjoy what I have, and I have more than enough. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money. First, we have the Queen of Wands. This is a very confident card. This is a very self-assured card. I feel like you need to be confident in the action that you're taking. Even if you don't know it, it's like you have the ability to make an educated decision, an educated guess. But just realize that you're very confident, you're very capable, and you need to go in head held high and just really kind of own it. Even again, if it's something that's newer for you or something you're still learning. Confidence seems to really like make you shine through. It's going to make you be seen in a really positive light. The next card that we have is the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords, there's some sort of conflict happening here, or maybe a not very good relationship. This can be like theft, violence, abusive, dishonest. Again, it seems like there's something going on here. I do feel like we're going to move away from this person. We're just going to put a little bit of space between us and them. I don't think you're going to leave this job or anything, but you're just like going to draw a line in the sand and kind of set that boundary with somebody. Again, I feel like I'm seeing you just a little bit of separation. Something happened and we're like, I just need a little bit of distance between myself and that person. At the bottom, we have the Nine of Pentacles. That is that solo card. So again, I feel like we're pulling away potentially just a little bit here. This is a big time card for financial gains though. So I do feel like there's some new money coming in for you. Maybe this raise, promotion, bonus, something of that effect, which is great to see. There's also kind of a sense of enjoyment too. So again, I feel like we're in a little bit of uncharted water. Maybe we don't know everything, but I think you're going to lean in and actually start to enjoy this, which is nice to see, Gemini. Let's take a look at clarifiers and see what other messages I can give you. First up, we have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a card that's always favorable for you, just like the Justice card. I love these favorable cards here, Gemini. We are going to get clarity though, which is interesting. So going back to what I said, like maybe you have to make a decision and you don't fully know it, but it is a really strong, educated guess. We're getting comfortable with it. I feel like we're going to see that, yes, that was the right decision. You made the right move. So you're going to be kind of validated, and that's going to continue to boost your confidence and boost your expertise as well. So I feel like there's validations coming in for you is what I'm getting at with the Judgment card. The next card we have is the Magician. The Magician is a card of inspired action. It's very motivated. Anything is possible. Perhaps you and this person didn't have the same motive either. But again, it's like we know that we want to steer away from it. We know that we can continue to do what we want or need to do. I don't know. I feel like whatever this happened with the Seven of Swords, it made you a lot smarter and it inspired you to not do what happened. So it's actually setting you up well. Like, I wouldn't say they took the fall for it, but maybe you learned from their mistake, right? And at the bottom here, we have the Star card. I do feel like you could be getting some recognition here. Anytime we have this big star at the top, we're being recognized. It would make sense because, again, I feel like there's a bonus, a raise, a promotion, some sort of money coming in. But I feel like it's because you're seeing it in a really positive light here. There's some renewal and hope too. So again, I feel like we're doing some things that are new to us. So we're going to continue to get more confident. We're going to continue to get stronger and stronger and more positive around this. Moving on to our next column now, let's talk about anything related to love. So quick love message for you. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love, Gemini. First, we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands has a couple different meanings. So sometimes this is a card of boundaries. I don't know that like keeping and maintaining boundaries, setting new boundaries, I don't know that that's really resonating with me. The meaning of this card that is resonating is persistence. So I feel like there's something we're working on, there's something we're working towards, and we need to keep moving towards it. And again, mind you, this is in regards to like love. But I feel like persistence is key here. We need to consistency, persistence. There's kind of a recurring theme here. The next card we have is the Ten of Pentacles. Love the Ten of Pentacles. This is a card of leaving a legacy. You're creating your brand. You're leaving your legacy. This is very long term. This is very strategic. Again, we're working on something big. We're working on something long term, Gemini, and we need to keep pushing towards it. This could also be like retirement or inheritance or some lump sum of money. So perhaps there's some money movement happening within the family. So that's good to see. And that's going to kind of set you up. That's that legacy piece we were talking about. But there's something you, Gemini, that you are working on that we need to keep pushing forward for, that you're creating this legacy for you and for your family. At the bottom, we have the Death card. I always like to mention the Death card does not mean death, but this does indicate some sort of transformation, some sort of change. And again, we need to keep making progress on whatever this legacy is, this building, this thing that we're working on. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First up, we have the Four of Wands. This is a big time family friend card, so I just love that this is coming up for you. Again, I feel like we're leaving a legacy for our family. So this is very family driven, very family focused. We have a repeat Nine of Wands here. Again, persistence, persistence, persistence. Whatever this legacy is, whatever this long-term thing is, we need to keep pushing for it. We need to keep fighting for it here, Gemini. And at the bottom, we have the Page of Pentacles. This card is a card, this is a patience card. So maybe some of you have been waiting to take action, which I think we're beyond the point of waiting. Again, we have to keep this moving forward. We have multiple cards saying push, persistence. But this is also like some financial gain. So there is some financial cards. So I do think some way, somehow this legacy for the family is money connected, because there's some pretty strong money pieces in there. Okay, let's take a look now at our fourth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. It's almost like advice to take into the remainder of March. We have the card efficiency. I love this. For those of you that don't know me personally, I work like in business efficiency. So we need to be working smarter, not harder. We need to be as efficient and as lean as possible. So I love this though, because this is like the getting stuff done type energy, but also being really effective and efficient in the way we get things done. Looking at the Chariot, we have up first, this is like a card of action and change. Somebody once described this to me as the vroom vroom card, and it means things are moving. What I'm hearing is like we have to keep the wheels turning. We have to keep the Chariot moving as much as possible. It's interesting, sometimes with the Chariot, we don't always know where we're going, but we can trust that the Chariot's taking us in the right place. So keep the wheels moving forward, keep making progress, even if you feel like, Gemini, in the moment, you maybe don't know exactly where you're going. But forward progress is going to be really important. Keeping the wheels moving. The next card we have is the Magician. This is very inspired action. This is turning visions into reality. So again, there's this thing that we want. There's this thing that we're working on. We have all the tools that we need. And interestingly enough, with the Magician, we don't need to worry about all of the steps. We just need to be focused on how to get there. Maybe you don't have the long-term vision of exactly how you accomplish this right now, but we need to be taking action. Again, we need to keep the wheels turning here, Gemini. At the bottom, we have the Page of Swords. This is interesting. This is like a truth card. So if you can continue to make progress, even though if it's maybe not clear, anything's possible with Magician. So even if it seems like a step that is like impossible to happen, just keep making progress towards it, because the Magician is going to make it happen. The Magician can do anything. But I do feel like we're going to start to see like the truth, and we're going to figure out how we get from A to B. Again, at this point, we just know that we have the wheels moving and that we're making progress, but the Magician and the Page of Swords here is going to connect the dots, and this is how we actually get from A to B. But you need to keep the wheels moving for that to happen. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. I love this for you. So you have the Page of Swords again, so a repeat card here. Again, the how will come. So just start with the action, the how will come. Again, the Page of Swords and the Magician are going to connect those dots for you. We need to go from A to B. Just make sure we're rolling forward, and then we will figure out how to get to B. But be moving first. The next card we have is the Hangman. The Hangman is a card, this is really gaining perspective, it's gaining wisdom. Again, we're going to gain knowledge as this journey is underway. You're not going to see everything start to finish from the get-go. So it's kind of like in some cases we're going in a little blind, but we know that we're going to gain the knowledge, the perspective, the wisdom that we need. At the bottom we have the Hangman. My goodness. At the bottom we have the Temperance card here. This is a card of balance, harmony, moderation, all really wonderful things. This is going to be a nice, smooth journey, honestly. We always need more balance and harmony. So I love that we're ending. We actually have Temperance in both of our corners here. So nice, well-rounded, balanced next few weeks for you, Gemini. All right, now I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use our Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video here and think of them. But question number 1, we have the 10 of clubs, the number 35 card. That's going to be a no. Question number 2, we have the 9 of clubs, the number 26 card. That's going to be a no. And question number 3, we have the 9 of spades, number 41 card. That's a yes. So no, no, yes there for you. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck. It's a crystal to keep with you through the month of March. You have Period, which is good for tolerance, allows for mistakes. It's great for self-worth, being open-minded and authentic. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Notes deck, Gemini. Your healing note says, 1 small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, follow. That really helps me greatly as I'm trying to grow my channel. And when you're subscribed, you'll be notified when I post new content. Please let me know how this video resonates. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you feel inclined to make a donation. But thank you so much, Gemini, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your March.